Okay, so you will have heard then that throughout this, a large part of this discipline is connected to the ideal for the activity. So we need to make sure that we actually do have an ideal that we can return back to when we need it. When we find the mind getting agitated, then is not the time to start thinking about, well, what should my ideal be in this moment? No, you've already established that. It's your go-to place. So we need to look at the main areas where we spend our attention. So it's not just time we're talking about, it's attention is the thing that we're thinking about. So the different areas that we often spend our attention, some are provided here. Study, work and career, relationships, health and wellness, a social life, family life, etc. Where do I spend my attention? So for those major fields of activity, think about the ones that perhaps occupy 80% of your attention. Assess the ideal that you have for each of them. Go back to that definition. An ideal is a higher goal or purpose that lies outside the interests in your own body, mind, and intellect. So think for yourself. How am I helping others through this ideal, through this activity? Look for a higher purpose. Spend your time, spend your attention on crafting that. So that's for the individual activities themselves, or the different fields of activity. Then we look for a self-development ideal that exists across all of those. So the ideal that you have for your workplace will be a different ideal to the one that you have, say, for your marriage. But the one that exists across or embraces all of those different ideals is the singular ideal of self-development. So that must also be something that you can go to. Who do I want to be? What does a spiritually mature person look like? Craft that ideal. Be able to describe it. And then, if you like, give it a single phrase or a single word so that you can use that as an idol to invoke that entire understanding. Think of it in brain terms. Let's say that you have the word maturity as the label for your ideal. When you say that word, the brain fires all of those neurons, and all of that deep understanding of what it means reflects back at you. It comes back to you. So the sections in chapter 12, 13 and 16 of the Gita talk about the qualities of self-development. There is a link on the website which actually lists them all out. Start to get an idea of what it looks like for you. If you haven't done this, then you will not be able to practice chapter 3 verse 30. It'll be impossible.